Hello, everyone. Welcome to Powertime practice here at Pillai Center, Astrovid. It is Saturday, May 29th, 2021. My name is Sutrita, for those of you who don't know me, and wishing you all a very warm welcome. We are here to explore the teachings of Dr. Pillai from week to week, month to month, and year to year. And we've been doing this service for about 8 years. And we have enjoyed you coming and going as you wish. And as long as you are finding out what the latest and greatest teachings are of Dr. Pillai's every week, then we're pretty happy to have you here and to participate in doing something that is going to raise the consciousness of the whole planet, whether you knew that or not by showing up or watching the recording. That's what happens when two or more gather in the Lord's name, then miracles happen. So we've got quite a few people from around the world joining every week live, and then those people who are downloading the teachings, the recording afterwards, depending on where you are in the world, what time it is for you and when it's convenient. We really encourage you to do that because it's going to help to raise the vibration of the planet. Whenever anyone does a spiritual practice and they are studying with a spiritual master, he just cranks it up. So as the Bible says, take a few steps towards the divine, and the divine will take thousands of steps towards you to help you to come out of your harms and hurdles in life. And so we use these spiritual teachings with Dr. Pillai to apply and put into practice in our everyday life, as opposed to learning something and trying to figure it out and reading all the sacred texts. Dr. Pillai has already done that. He hails from the Tamil Siddha tradition. And because on some level, or perhaps in many lifetimes, we were studying with Dr. Pillai and studying these teachings, perhaps with another master, or even in this lifetime, we've come from different spiritual backgrounds. So we want to find out what the latest and greatest spiritual science and technology is all about to help us to come out of impossible situations. And usually people have tried everything before they stumble across Dr. Pillai's teachings, and then they find out, oh my goodness, it's so super easy to create a shift in my life. So this week we have a couple of power times that are coming up. There's a lot of planets that are shifting, and you can read about that on Astrovid. We'll change the name of this video presentation because we're going to focus on two very powerful archetypes. And they represent the ability to stay focused, to be patient, to persist through all these challenging times, especially with the pandemic shutdown, world lockdown that we experience on an everyday basis. Here in Toronto, Canada, we've been in lockdown pretty much the whole time. So not that it's really terrible, it just feels like we've lost our freedoms. We feel like we can't do what we have been able to do, and things seem to be that much more impossible. So these archetypes that I'll be sharing about, or we'll be discussing, one is Lord Saturn and one is Lord Hanuman. And Lord Hanuman is this monkey being, and he's like the CEO or the head honcho of Lord Saturn. And Lord Saturn delivers very challenging karmas. So if you found yourself here or listening to this recording, watching this recording later on, it happens to be a Saturday in Eastern Daylight Savings Time here in Toronto, Canada. So Saturn rules Saturday, and then the overlord or the CEO or the head honcho of Saturn is Lord Hanuman. So Hanuman, again, is this monkey god who you can see there's an image here, and he has his foot on this body that's laying down, and that is Lord Saturn. So Lord Saturn lays down, he relaxes, he doesn't want to harm people, he doesn't want to force people to go through difficult karmas when Lord Hanuman is around. So there are a lot of stories about the relationship between Lord Hanuman and Lord Saturn, and you can go and check those out on the blogs or the videos that the Vedic astrologers such as Vijaya Lakshmi or Lalita Varahi, Lalita Devi, and also Swamini Vali, who have been around Dr. Pillai's teachings for many, many, many years. and they have it down in pat. They know how to help you to discover the Saturn relationship in your life and in your chart, your birth chart. Maybe you'll have a live astrology consultation with them after this. But they've got some fabulous videos out, and Radha, who is here, is also a Vedic astrologer and helper here at Powertime Practice. She'll pop out those links onto the chat as we roll out today's call. So getting back to Hanuman, he is the impossibility buster. He gives us the highest self-esteem. He helps us to do what we think is impossible or what we haven't been able to do our whole life. As it relates to, for example, our health and well-being, we have this up and down of energy, or maybe we feel good one day and the next day we feel down in the dumps. So it really challenges our emotions, our thoughts, our actions that follow our emotions and thoughts. Whether we say those things to ourselves or think those things to ourselves, it's taking a toll on our physical body. So taking action could be something that we want to do. However, we really need to feel the energy and the empowerment coming behind that desire. And then with the grace and blessings of Hanuman, who can do the impossible, you will connect with him. He will raise the energy up from the base of the spine all the way up to the third eye in the middle of the brain. And then he will make you to feel that expansive, explosive, very muscular energy. You might even feel like, woohoo, I can do anything. So that's what he will do. And not only will he make you to feel that energy inside of you or help you to uplift your emotional spirits, or your thinking can be very clear and concise, and you can make decisions that you haven't been able to make without going back and forth and worrying so much. He will just get it done. And you will see in your life, oh my goodness, all I had to do was call on you and maybe participate in some fire labs or some puja offerings. And those can be something that you can explore that are offered through Pillai Center or Ashravid. So that is going to be happening. It's called Panchamukha. And I'll be diving into a little bit more about that momentarily. So that's the first event that's coming up. We're already at the end of May. My goodness, another month has gone by. What have we done? That's why we're here at Powertime Practice to say, did you feel empowered all the way through the month? Or did you feel like you got knocked out? Or did you feel discouraged? Well, even if you did, this is a time period to get all that energy back. So this June 3rd is coming up, and it is a power time to invoke a 5-phased Hanuman's help to control Saturn afflictions and suffering. So this there's going to be a 4-priest Panchamukha Anjaneya Homa. Now that's a lot of words to say if you're not familiar with the Indian language. So here we have Pancha means 5, Mukha means face, and Anjaneya is a name for Lord Hanuman. So we have a statue here, an image that Dr. Pillai, in fact, found here in Toronto, Canada, many, many years ago. And it's kind of a cute story because there were a few of us where he just decided to come and visit us. And he said, okay, I want to go down to your it's called Little India. And it's a place in Toronto. It's a few streets where they have a lot of Indian shops and some really good restaurants and all kinds of silk places and things like that. So we walked into a shop that wasn't necessarily a statue shop that I recall. There were just a lot of things going on. So Dr. Pillai says, hey, is there a 5-faced Hanuman statue here? And I was looking on the shelves, and there were little statues. There were some Hanuman statues, but they were just the single-headed versions of the Lord Hanuman statues. And he says, what about over there? And I'm looking at the shelf, and I'm like, there's nothing here. And he kind of put his hands toward it, and I was like, okay, where is he going with this? And then he reached almost through these little statues, and then he pulled on it. And I had to even help. I said, okay, I'll get it, because it's quite heavy, as you can see here. So this Hanuman has been blessed by Dr. Pillai, and then he's remained here. And anyone who gets to have his blessings, we love to give them here. So this is the perfect time to honor Panchamukha, Pancha 5. So we're going to go through these different heads and what they represent, and then talk a little bit about this being who can help us to almost feel like we're flying through the air, we're flying through life versus being dragged down in the muck. So this 5-faced Hanuman Fire Lab, Panchamukha Fire Lab, is going to be for courage, protection, and success. Now, we all want that, but what happens is Lord Saturn, who is the Lord of the karmas, so anything that we have to pay back, we come to each lifetime as a soul saying, okay, bring it on. I can do this. When we're in heaven, we say that. Then we get to the earth plane and we go, OMG, what was I thinking? So we forget that we have this connection to the CEO type archetypes, that we can bypass the deliverance of karmas that are causing us a lot of misery or delays. Oh my goodness, how many of us have had so many delays? Not just because it's COVID lockdown. There's a lot of challenges that we are facing every day. Challenges with respect to relationships, bickering and fighting. We can't come around and have any harmony and peace for very long. We have moments, but then it just goes back to the same old, and we get really discouraged, or we just feel angry or upset or frustrated or even depressed. So Saturn will do that unless you get on a spiritual path and you find a way out. That's the only reason Dr. Pillai says, hey, jump on this journey with me. And I'm going to show you that you're a soul and you're really powerful, but you just got to get the right tools. You got to get the right skill set. You've got to know when to tap into the energy of these beings who are being birthed into the earth plane. So this is a cosmic event that is going to be happening with Panchamukha, giving us the courage, the strength, the ability to overcome harms and hurdles as per our deliverance of the karma by Lord Saturn. And then a few days later on June 10th, depending on where you are in the world. So again, June 3rd or June 4th is going to be starting at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. And then on June 3rd, and then June 4th, it'll be 6 a.m. Indian Standard Time. And then in between that, you got to figure it out. But there are timings on the websites, Astrovet and Pillai Center. So this, if you join this June 3rd Panchamukha Fire Lab and puja offerings, then you can do it as a combo package and honor Lord Saturn's birthday, which is going to be happening on June 10th. So this week ahead is, or these next maybe 10 days or so ahead, are going to be really important times for everyone, not only on an individual level, but in the whole world. So these services are being offered through Pillai Center and Astrovet for individuals who want to sponsor it, like myself. I never miss this opportunity because I personally work with Lord Hanuman through someone who channels him, Hanuman Das, through advisory services. And I can attest to the impossibilities that I have gone through in life. And even today, I'll share a little bit about that, what happened in a family situation. So momentarily. So we'll get back to that. But let's get into why we would want to participate in Lord Saturn's birthday. He delivers the karmas. Okay. He's also the son of the sun, S-U-N. So he's the S-O-N, the sun, the child of Lord Sun. So Lord Sun, S-U-N, the big sun in the sky that we know all about and makes things to grow and everything else, the king of the zodiac. So Lord Saturn is the son of Lord Sun, and the sun represents our soul. So it's kind of this, we are asking Lord Saturn to shine us up, to put us through these tests, these challenges. Did we think we wanted to do that? Do we even know that's what we signed up for? Perhaps not, and perhaps we do, but still we're going through the challenges. So we want to shine brightly like the sun. So we want to honor Lord Saturn, and once we do, the sun shines. The soul, which is a bright ray of the sun, God, inside of us, and it says, all right, you learned your lesson, now you're free of that suffering. So what happened to me in recent years, well, pretty much my whole life, there was always disturbances between the interpersonal relationships. come from a big family, or it's not really that big, but there's 6 kids and our parents, and it was a struggle. We went through hardships from day one. And just recently, my father, who is going to be 90 pretty soon, we had an estranged relationship with him our whole life. And my siblings have been struggling with it, and I have as well. And I've come to the point where, hey, you know what? I've got all these archetypes. So I've been participating in year-long Tarpanum services, which helps the ancestors to be happy. It also helps Lord Saturn. It also helps to bring in Lord Hanuman's energy to bless the whole family situation. So we want to find a spiritual way out, and there always is. So what happened to me just today, actually, there was a lot of commotion going on in a group chat and with the family. And we are concerned because our father is going to be, he's going through some heart issues, and who knows, it may be his last bit of time on the earth plane. So there's a lot of forgiveness. There's a lot of like, I'm not going to do it. And all these things. We're actually regressing into this, 5-year-old type of mentality, maybe. And I don't want to belittle it, because it has been painful. It's been a really horrible life for all of us. However, being on the spiritual path with Dr. Pillai and having all these spiritual tools, I was able to just call on Lord Hanuman, Lord Saturn, and say, listen, can you please sort this out? Because we should, it's not even should, like as in you must do this. But here's a person who his soul decided to come into this earth plane as our father, whether he was a good guy or not, that doesn't really matter. He allowed 6 kids to come through and to be a part of this world, this journey, the lifetime, and perhaps carry some sins of the father and work that karma out as well, which is what we all do. We incarnate into a gene pool of people, and we have a certain energy, or we have a certain task that we have to fulfill. And sometimes it can be tremendous suffering. But then, just like I'd mentioned earlier in Dr. Pillai shares, Lord Saturn and Lord Hanuman will make you to really see that you can overcome anything. You can shine up like a diamond. So it was on a WhatsApp chat with one of my siblings, and I had just shared that, I honor and respect what you're feeling, and let's just take it every moment and every step and day by day, and let's see what happens. And so she just wrote back and she said, thanks for your heartfelt message, and yes, put me on the group and we'll just go from there. So to me, in and of itself, I don't know what's going to happen down the road, just like we don't know anything. We can't predict exactly what is going to happen. But I know in my whole being, and having been on this path with Dr. Pillai for over 25 years, these do work, these rituals, these remedies, these services, honoring, chanting, calling on these divine beings, they are there. And they will go like angels and fly into that person's surroundings. The sibling that I was chatting with was 3,000 miles away from me. And yet the connection was so different from the initial interaction on the chat. And that was instantaneously. It was within minutes. So I couldn't rewrite that story. I couldn't predict how she was going to turn around, but it did happen. So not that I'm saying it could happen to you or wouldn't happen to you. These beings, Saturn and Lord Hanuman, will help you to have faith that it's beyond what you could even imagine, and they will sort it out. It's nothing really that I said that was any different from what I've said previously. It was just received in a way that we were connecting at the soul, and our souls were cleansed and shined up like a shiny diamond, and we were able to have that magical moment together. And again, who knows what's going to happen. However, we have the choice. So if our karma is tough, what we find is we complain about it. We wish it could be different. We make excuses why it is, or we rationalize it. And you can do that for a long, long time. We're in our 50s and 60s. OMG. Like, when is it going to be releasing this person who maybe just did the best he could, and he's on his way to wherever he's going to go next in his soul's evolution, but to honor him for allowing us to come through, to have a life, and to maybe see how really strong we are, well, how really empowered we are spiritually to overcome even the most challenging lifetimes. And this is times 6. So it's not just like one person, even though that is challenging enough. It was like, oh, wow, the divine is changing everything in everyone. And none of my siblings are on this path with me. So the message goes beyond religious barriers, or even thoughts or ideas, or how we should or shouldn't be, beyond therapy, beyond counseling, beyond. Not that it replaces it. It's just that there's a spiritual solution to every kind of situation that we are facing. And then that gives us peace. That gives us the ability to feel more optimistic about what lies ahead. So this birthday combination of Lord Saturn, his birthday is going to be June 10th, depending on where you are in the world. And this overlord is 5-faced Hanuman, or Pancha. Pancha means 5, Mukha means face. So 5-faced Hanuman controls the afflictions of Saturn that causes us to feel suffering. So when you're blessed by Hanuman, he can revive your spirits and fill you with unconquerable courage and strength. The ultimate rescuer, Hanuman, who is a symbol of relief, can help you through difficult times, as well as help you receive the positive blessings of a strong Saturn and reduce Saturn afflictions. So how will we know if we have a Saturn affliction? Well, you can sign up for a live Vedic astrology consultation, or maybe you could get a Saturn report and find out how this planetary being is impacting your life in this time period, where he's going to be birthed into the earth plane, and he's going to be delivering really tough karmas. If you aren't prepared to receive those karmas and feel strong enough, then this is what you can consider doing to get that divine protection, to pave the way so you just walk along and do your life, because that's what Saturn's all about too. You can't escape Saturn giving you a glance and saying, hey, you got to pay back this karma. What are you going to do about it? So doing the spiritual path, as Dr. Pillai has shared, is the easiest, because it's the highest, and it's the simplest, and it's the quickest. So the karma can feel lighter. It has to be experienced so we know, oh, that's the lesson that we need to learn, and I won't repeat it. For example, I could have gotten to an argument and said, hey, grow up, sister. You're 58 years old. What the heck is going on? I just had the right words came. I can't even remember what the words were that typed out onto the chat on WhatsApp, but it was the perfect thing. And I was just like so relieved, because we're just going to move forward now, and we'll see what's going to happen. So Ashurveda Pillai Center has arranged for this invoking of Hanuman called Shankat Motan, and it's the reliever of suffering. We need to relieve suffering of the whole world. And that just seems daunting. But collectively, if these rituals are being done for the whole earth plane, then us participating in it, sponsoring at whatever level you can, budget. No one is forcing you to do this, but this is something that your soul may say is going to be worth the investment. And then to participate in something that is collectively going to raise the vibration, that's always fun, because we always want to do something that's more purposeful in our lives. Kind of goes beyond our own family dramas or whatever we're going through at work and our relationships and so on with our kids, our friends, neighbors, and just as it relates to a COVID pandemic, my goodness, we keep looping that sad story around and around and around. And it is what it is in the world, but we don't have to get dragged down by it. And we may even find a way out if enough of us can participate and raise the roof so that the divine can come in. through these rituals, these yagyas, these great spiritual practices that, well, I couldn't do this on my own. Although we're going to participate in a little bit of an offering so that you can do it on your own and you'll understand how to do it and why you are doing that to align with these divine beings. So there are also Bhakta Vatsala is a protector of devotees as a part of the mission to help reduce the sorrows and suffering, protect you from negativities in all aspects of life. This service is going to be going on to create a new destiny, because if we're destined to have suffering, if we're destined to be negative, if we can't find a way out, it's not because anyone is doing anything to us or life is throwing, curveballs every time we turn around. It's something inside of us that says, no matter what comes at us, we will just make it to turn into flowers. So, and then enjoy. So we have to be persistent, and there's a lot of fortune and luck and grace and a lot of action, a lot of energy to take action in your life where you maybe were fearful or you were embarrassed or you just didn't know, you were confused. And you said, oh, what's the point? Maybe despondent or even depressed. You can't even get off the bed. And we've all gone through those really difficult times. And maybe more so now with this pandemic. It's just really getting us down. So Saturn can bless you with patience and perseverance, and Hanuman's blessings can control the adverse effects of Saturn to help you to achieve your goals. And your goal might be just to have peace and joy and happiness. Not just, that's the name of the game. So money comes and goes, relationship issues come and go, work comes and goes, projects come and go, your health goes up and down. So everything is in flux, and we can't really keep it steady unless we have the energy to find the good in all, the silver lining or the gold lining in that cloud and rain and thunder and storm of the life. So Saturn is this symbol of strength, dedication, power, and wisdom. And with his blessings, you can even accomplish the impossible. So Dr. Pillai calls him the impossibility buster. So according to the Shiva Purana, which is a sacred scripture in the Indian tradition, Hanuman is considered an incarnation of Shiva. The divine powers of Hanuman have been mentioned in the epics of Ramayana and the Mahabharata and other sacred texts. Again, in the Indian tradition, you might want to explore those. So Mahabharata and Ramayana. So Ramayana is this epic, ancient epic of India, and it says that Hanuman rescued all the 9 planets, including Saturn, from the clutches of the demon king Ravana. In gratitude, Saturn promised Hanuman that he would not harm anyone who worships him. Hence, propitiating Hanuman can give you relief from the malefic effects of Saturn's transit, or if you have a 19 years of Saturn, which I do, that's the major planetary influence. And being on a spiritual path, this has been such a joy because Saturn is helping me to stay strong, stay steady, go for peace, go for patience, persistence. This too shall pass. Have that compassion, that deep understanding that you don't even know that you're compassionate until you're faced with people who are really struggling and suffering. And in your own suffering, you see, oh my goodness, I'm so glad I have self-compassion, because how would I even recognize the compassion for others, or how to be that or evolve to that level of compassion? You can't read about it, and you can't even say, oh, I'm compassionate. You just are that. And then things shift around you. So the major and minor planetary periods may be challenging you, and that's why we encourage you, if you are challenged by delays, obstacles, just misery all around, and you just feel like, oh my God, I'm numb. Even though I think I can handle it, I just don't know how much longer. So Saturn gives that effect until you go and try to find a way out. So that kind of consultation will throw some light on it and help you to find a way out. You could also participate in the services again of these that are being offered at the center in India, where it's interesting because I was just talking to someone who works at the Homa Center, the Fire Lab Center, Maheshwari, and she is the director there. And she was saying that nobody can be there except the priests, and they don't even go home. They just stay there because of COVID. They're locked down, and they are staying inside the remedy center, the Homa, the Fire Lab Remedy Center. And they're so dedicated to getting everything done for everyone who sponsors these remedies. So they're there, and they are being empowered by Lord Hanuman, by Lord Saturn, very disciplined, very persistent and patient, and very compassionate for all those who come to Dr. Pillai to get these spiritual remedies done. So that made my heart sing, and I knew it was going on, but just Maheshwari sharing it, it was like, oh, it's so real. Yes, this is happening. So they're frontline workers, and they are really, it brings a lot of joy to them to be of that highest service for the whole planet. So let's get into the Panchamukha Anjaneya, 5-faced Hanuman. He's a strong protector, and he's the rescuer. He denotes an archetype with 5 faces. This form of Hanuman is also combined with this archetypal energy of Lord Vishnu, as we mentioned earlier, Lord Shiva. So Hanuman is associated with both Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva. In this case, the 5-faced or Panchamukha Hanuman includes the face, the Anjaneya monkey face. So that's in the middle here on the statue. And then you can see a Hayagriva is a horse-faced image, and I believe he is here on this side. So Narasimha is a lion face next to him, I believe it is. And then we have Varaha, boar face. This is a boar face here. Garudha is an eagle face. So we have the 5 faces that include Anjaneya, the monkey face, Hayagriva, the horse face, Narasimha, the lion face, Varaha, the boar face, and Garudha, the eagle face. Now, what does all that mean? Energetically, you can tap into this energy with the Hanuman face. It can bestow courage, strength, protection, blessings, and help manifest desires. So we have these desires, but how do we get them to manifest? There's so much energy, there's so many blocks. He's the one you call on, and he will make it to happen. And he does it. He is an impossibility buster because it's done in a very miraculous way. All of a sudden, you've been working and working your whole life to have peace and to have the ability to have harmony in your interpersonal relationships, whether that's your family at work or your clients, your customers, whatever it is, because we do most of that. Those are the activities that we do for most of the days, every day of our lives. So that's who we are. We're interfacing with other people. And then we have financial challenges. We have health issues. So this is what he will do. If you desire anything, you just call on him, and then he will do that for you. He'll give you that courage and strength and to face it and go get something done. So Hayagriva is the horse-necked avatar of Vishnu, and he'll bless you with intelligence and knowledge. He's also the guru of Saraswati, who is the goddess of learning, education, wisdom, music, dance, creativity. So you might even feel like, hey, I want to go write a blog, or I want to start a business. You'll put your intellect to use that maybe was clouded or you were confused, because creativity comes out of being clear. So you will get the blessings of Hayagriva, the guru of Saraswati, goddess of creation. So Narasimha is the lion man avatar, and he'll ward off evil spirits, destroy enemies, and fulfill your wishes. Varaha face is the boar face of avatar of Vishnu, and he can grant you wealth, power, good luck, and opportunities. Garuda face, the divine vehicle of Vishnu, can save you from poisonous bites, solve health issues, and ensure all-around prosperity. So that's what Panchamukha 5-face Hanuman is all about. And you can check that out on Pillai Center or Ashraved and participate as you wish or as it permits for you, even reading about this. So again, reading about this Panchamukha, he can relieve you from the malefic effects of Saturn, recover misfortune, bad luck, resolve bad karma, reduce suffering from evil eye or black magic, helps to erase or ease depression, low confidence, mental stress. You can accumulate good karma and absolution from sin. So how do we wipe out the sins of the father that we've carried from generation to generation? Did we sign up for that? No, but we came through that gene pool unequipped, so we thought, until now perhaps. So better late than never. It doesn't matter, you're here now, and perhaps that's something that you want to explore that could just erase all that misery from a whole lifetime. So success in business, good position and power, blessings to accomplish the impossible in life, receiving mental, physical, and spiritual strength, and then access intelligence of omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence. And what is that? God consciousness. So we read in the Bible, we are God, but can we experience that every day? Hanuman will help you to focus on that. He will give you the strength to do your spiritual practice so that you don't give up, and that you have the courage to face your inner demons, if you will, or outer demons. So whatever is going on inside, it's a reflection of what you see outside. So if you want to shift what you see outside, you've got to get that divine support. And it being birthed into the earth plane now, you've got a great divine Wi-Fi connection. Perfect. So doing the right thing at the right time, and saying and thinking and taking action in the way that you just never knew that you could. That's what Powertime Practice is all about, sharing all this fabulous information about you. So Lord Saturn's birthday is going to be coming up. It's going to be live on June 10th, and he will help you to overcome the malefic effects of your karmas that you've carried from previous lifetimes and in this lifetime as well, and get the blessings to accomplish your goals. And we'll just wrap it up with Saturn with the quote from Dr. Pillai. Saturn is a great teacher. Unless you're given hardships in your life, you're not going to learn. Saturn is the most important planet, as he's the one who matures the soul. So who can mature the soul? Lord Saturn does. Through the harms, through the lessons, through the challenges. So Dr. Pillai wraps up this quote by saying, even the gods are not exempt from the influence of Saturn. Gods also have lessons to learn. So when we call on these divine beings, these planetary beings, Lord Saturn, and then the archetype, the overlord, the CEO, Lord Hanuman, or Panchamukha in this case, where there's a lot of energy coming in right now, we can align with it. So he is going to give us the blessings, the grace, and then these beings will be really happy that we called on them, because they got to do their karma by helping us. So it's a win-win situation. So there's some great videos that the links will be posted to the chat, or you can check it out on Pillai Center or Ashraved. Vijaya Lakshmi has put out a great, she's a Ashraved Vedic astrologer, Vijaya Lakshmi. She has a video on Shani or Saturn. His name is Shani in Sanskrit. His birthday, so Jayanti is birthday. So Shani Jayanti, rare cosmic alignment makes it very special. So she goes more into all the planetary influences, how it's all lined up. And when the stars align, everything happens so super smooth. When the stars align and you don't know anything about it, you could be getting all this energy and you're just like, whoa, what's happening? There's just a big light show and I don't understand how to navigate it. So listening to that or watching that video is really enlightening. And she gives a lot of practical tips as well. And she talks about the mythology of Saturn and how he was birthed into the earth plane so long ago, and then how he continues to be rebirthed every year at this time, and why it's important for us to connect with him, on top of what I've shared already. So without further ado, I'm going to get into the practice that we'll do here today. So what will happen is I will move this camera so that it will align with the altar, and then you can just be paying attention to what's happening in the meditation. And then also you can be seeing this presentation of, it's called a puja offering or elementalization. So we're going to offer 5 different items that represent the different elements that make us up, each and every one of us. at the level of the physical, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, the energy bodies, and then also connecting with everyone else on the planet through these elemental energies, and then on other planes as well, the universal energies. So let's do that now. And then you can experience something as we do the offerings. You can experience something that goes on inside of you. There's an energy that will want to connect with these divine beings. So you'll have like a divine Wi-Fi connection. There we go. You can see the different items that I'm going to offer. So earth, water, fire, air, and space, or ether, are the different elements. And then how we align with these divine beings, Lord Saturn, you can see a picture of him here. And then next to him is Lord Hanuman, who's got his foot on Lord Saturn. And Lord Saturn is like, yeah, I'm in reclined position and I'm just chilling. And then this is the Panchamukha, the 5 different faces of Lord Hanuman. So we offer the 5 elements. So the first element is going to be representing the earth element. And this is the items, food items that come from the earth. And banana is something that you can always offer a monkey-headed being. And then we've got some little trail mix there as well. You can offer as much food as you want, or a little, even just one little raisin or cranberry he would be happy with. So you do it with love and sincerity, and then the blessings will be there for you that maybe you just didn't even know or realize could be possible. So the earth element, the next one is going to be water. So we'll offer something to drink here in the chalice. And then the next element is going to be something that represents fire. Now, Lord Hanuman, our Lord Saturn, loves this combination of an oil lamp. This happens to be sesame oil with black sesame seeds inside of it. So you can create a little lamp and offer that on a Saturday or during a Saturn Hora, any day, or especially during his birthday on June 10th. So we'll offer that. We also have here a ghee lamp, and we'll offer that as well to Lord Hanuman. He loves the ghee or butter, so which is clarified butter. So then we have the next item is going to be the incense, the air element, and that is going to be the incense. We have it there, and it's a Saturn incense stick, which is like having a Saturn fire lab, a mini Saturn fire lab in your own space, and it clears the space and helps you to connect with Lord Saturn that much more profoundly. So we do this as a spiritual science, and we use ourselves as our own experiment and see if it all worked out. So the final offering is going to be honoring the ether or the space, the Akash, and we can offer the flowers. So if you don't have purple flowers, we have some purpley flowers or blue flowers. Lord Saturn loves that. His color is black or dark blue. So maybe you even start to honor him on Saturdays by trying out black, or even having a black swatch of cloth in your pocket and connecting with Lord Saturn that way. Or you can, start to honor him depending on where Lord Saturn is in your chart, and you can get that kind of coaching if you participate in a live astrology consultation with the astrologers I mentioned earlier. So those are the 5 elements. Now, how do we connect with them? Well, we have the earth, water, fire, air, and space, or ether, Akash elements inside of us, inside of our subtle body. So right now we'll get into that state where we're turning those elements, the essence or the energies of those elements on inside of us, so that we can feel that connection when we do the offerings. So you can be closing your eyes, or you can keep them open if you'd like, and you can be gazing at the images in a meditative state. It's totally fine, whatever you decide to do. So your eyes are closed or open. We'll dim the lights a little, create a little ambience. Take a few deep breaths in and out. And we'll call on Ganesha to remove the obstacles for this ritual or this spiritual technology, if you will. This transmission of spiritual energy to be well received. And then you can experience the shift in your own life, having been energized, connecting to these divine beings. So Ganesha's energy is at the base of the spine. Your focus can be there and also down your legs and into your feet and toes. Imagine a reddish orangish light pouring down your legs into your feet and toes. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Now, imagine a ray of light shooting up your backbone, piercing all the chakras on the way up. This ray of light pierces through the brain and goes through the top of the skull and into the space. It's sending out an SOS to Lord Saturn, to Lord Hanuman, to all the divine beings, Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, Panchamukha, to help you to do the impossible by feeling the energy, feeling the connection. We'll enliven the chakras starting at the base of the spine. Move up to the heart center, middle of the chest. Move up to the throat, clear the throat. Move up to the middle of the brain, the third eye. Float back down to the base of the spine. Connect with the earth element. Also down the legs, feel that grounding energy of the earth connection. Na, 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 na. Move up into the belly, the navel chakra. Feel the cleansing of the water element in the belly. Ma, 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 Move up to the heart center, middle of the chest, also down the arms and hands. Connect with the fire element or energy. She, 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 she. Move up to the throat, the mouth, the nostrils. Connect with the air element or the prana, the subtle air, the life force energy. Va, 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 va. Now move up to the two eyes. Keep the eyeballs steady and still. Focus attention on the brain. Connect with the ether, the akash, or space. Ya, 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 ya. Now, focus your attention on your third eye, so the middle of your forehead, and then go deeper into the middle of your brain. Imagine Dr. Pillai appearing before you in a form you're familiar with or a vast light that radiates beams of light, pouring through you, surrounding you, enveloping you. You are hugged by the light. Imagine two beams of light entering your eyeballs, coming from Dr. Pillai's eyes into your eyes. Imagine two beams of light entering your ears, piercing your eardrums, and the light fills up the inside of your skull. Your brain lights up. Your face lights up from the inside. Two beams of light shoot up the nostrils, where they meet on the forehead, just above the bridge of the nose. The light activates the pituitary, the pineal, the third eye. A beam of light pierces the tongue, entering the mouth. The tip of the tongue lights up, the middle of the tongue, the back of the tongue, and the throat. The whole inside of the mouth begins to expand with light. A beam of light enters the forehead, going through to the middle of the brain. Feel the pulse of the pineal or third eye in the subtle body, and then also a beam of light enters from above, piercing the top of the skull. The whole brain lights up. Feel the light swirling around in your brain, lighting up all the neurons. The brain lights up and the whole body follows suit. The brain tells the rest of the body what to do, so it just automatically lights up from head to toe. You're filled with the light of Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings. Soak it up. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha Om Ram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha Om Ram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Now, slowly open your eyes and gaze towards the altar where we will light it up a little bit so you can see the images of these divine beings. So we'll offer each item that represents one of the 5 elements, and you connect with the energies as you're cued. Starting from the base of the spine, the earth element will offer the food to Lord Saturn and Lord Hanuman. Om Shani Saraya Namaha. Om Shani Saraya Namaha. Om Shani Saraya Namaha. Now, move up into your belly, connect with the water element inside of you. We'll offer the water. Om Shani Charaya Namaha. Om Shani Charaya Namaha. Om Shani Charaya Namaha. Move up to the heart center, middle of the chest, also down your arms, and feel connecting to the fire element. And for Lord Saturn, we'll offer the black sesame seed lamp and sesame oil lamp. Om Shani Saraya Namaha. Om Shani Charaya Namaha. Om Shani Charaya Namaha. Then we'll move up to the throat, the mouth, and the nostrils. We'll connect with the air element, offering the incense. And again, this is Saturn incense that you can enjoy the blessings of the special herbs that connects with Lord Saturn's energy. Om Shani Charaya Namaha. Om Shani Charaya Namaha. Om Shani Charaya Namaha. Then you're going to move up to the brain, the eyes in the brain, the third eye, and we will offer the flowers as the item that will activate the ether, the Akash or space. So you can connect with that energy as we offer the flowers that represent the ether. Om Shani Charaya Namaha. Om Shani Charaya Namaha. Om Shani Charaya Namaha. Now we'll offer the food water, ghee lamp, the incense, and then the flowers to Lord Hanuman in the form of Panchamukha. Om Panchamukha Anjaneyaya Namaha. Om Panchamukha Anjaneyaya Namaha. Om Panchamukha Anjaneyaya Namaha. Again, you would have been focusing on the base of the spine, connecting with the earth element. Now we'll go to the water. Fill the belly with water, or imagine that happening, cleansing the creative center. Om Panchamukha Anjaneyaya Namaha. Om Panchamukha Anjaneyaya Namaha. Om Panchamukha Anjaneyaya Namaha. Now move up to the heart center, middle of your chest. We'll offer a ghee lamp, clarified butter to Lord Hanuman, Panchamukha. Focus on your heart center, also down your arms and hands, and set them on fire to fulfill your heart's desires. You're fired up. You need to get fired up. Om Panchamukha Anjaneyaya Namaha. Om Panchamukha Anjaneyaya Namaha. Om Panchamukha Anjaneyaya Namaha. Now we'll move up to the throat, the mouth, the nostrils. Connect with the air element, offering the incense. Om Panchamukha Anjaneyaya Namaha. Om Panchamukha Anjaneyaya Namaha. Om Panchamukha Anjaneyaya Namaha. And finally, we'll offer the flowers as you connect your eyes, your brain to the energy that represents the ether, the Akash or space element inside of you, and then in this puja or elementalization. Feel the connection now to the spiritual realm. Om Panchamukha Anjaneyaya Namaha. 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 Om Panchamuka 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 Anjaneyaya Namaha. Now, close your eyes and connect with these divine archetypes, these energies that are inside of you that will help you to feel the courage, the strength, the empowerment, high self-esteem, the ability to be compassionate beyond your understanding of who you are now, the ability to overcome your challenging karmas, find a way out. So as we chant the mantra for Saturn, you can be focusing on your third eye, imagining this being who's asking you to go through your karmas with grace and ease and patience, persistence, and to stay on your spiritual path, because that's what will help you to find a way out faster. So we'll chant now, and you can chant out loud or you can chant internally, you can listen, you can do a combination. The main thing is imagine this black, dark blue to black colored being, like the night sky, coming in saying, create a new slate, a fresh, clean slate, like a blackboard, a chalkboard, and then you can write out your destiny with his grace and blessings. Om Shanicharaya Namaha. 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 Make a prayer to Lord Saturn, the energy inside of your soul, inside of your body, your mind, your emotions, your memories. Make a prayer of gratitude for being able to commune with this being ahead of his birthday, so that you can be prepared to celebrate his birthday, the birth of Lord Saturn in you, the rebirth, the connection to your karma in a whole new way that is going to be more fulfilling, more rewarding, peaceful, calm. Now we'll focus on honoring Lord Hanuman, the five-faced Hanuman. Panchamukha and Anjaneya is a name for Lord Hanuman. So focus your attention on your third eye again. Imagine this five-faced being. Maybe the images in your imagination might appear to you in your third eye as a flash, or maybe you'll go on an adventure with Lord Hanuman. Om Anjaneyaya Namaha. Om Panchamuka 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 Anjaneyaya Namaha. Merge with the beings, the energy inside of you, of Lord Saturn, Panchamukha, five-faced Hanuman, Anjaneya. Pray for peace, blessings to overcome the challenges that you haven't been able to experience a breakthrough. Maybe there's delays, obstacles. Maybe you don't have the courage or strength. Pray for that energy to come inside of you and to help you to work out those challenging karmas with some sort of creative solution. So it's super easy. And it becomes like a miracle. How did that happen? So make a prayer to your soul for coming and getting the blessings and being prepared to honor these beings as they get birthed into the earth plane, June 3rd or 4th, depending on where you are, for Panchamukha, Lord Hanuman, and then also Lord Saturn, June 10th. And finally, make a prayer to Dr. Pillai, everybody here, committed to uplifting the energy of the planet through the spiritual practices collectively. Let's hope that we can raise the roof and let it be done. So there's food, clothing, shelter, medicines, love, education for those people who are really, really struggling and really stuck in life. May the divine intervene and bless everyone. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment, peace to the world. And you can just let go and slowly, slowly come back. So that's it, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's talk on the importance of connecting with Lord Saturn in your life, because he's an energy that's inside of you and also an energy that's coming into the earth plane for his birthday on June 10th. And then also Panchamukha, the five-faced Lord Hanuman, Anjaneya. And try it out. Try out these different offerings. At least chant the mantras on the days that are going to be honoring those beings. And then let us know how it goes. So I'm just going to take a look at the chat. It seems like the numbers are down a little bit, most likely because it's a holiday weekend, right? For everybody in the West here, there's Memorial Day weekend, perhaps. It's called, or I'm not sure what it's called, but we had ours last weekend, May 2-4. So I'm seeing that the chat is not on. Sorry about that. I'm not really sure what happened, although I see some of you here. And let's just check out. So people have been saying hello from different places around the world. It's nice to see you here. And hopefully you experienced participating at whatever level you could, even though you couldn't be chatting away. And then this recording will be popped up readily available as soon as we wrap up this session. So I can't see any questions. I don't really know what your experience was. So you're welcome to bring that to our next call, and then we will share our experiences together then. So God bless you all. Have an amazing rest of your weekend. And we will see you when we see you next. Happy birthday, or the birth of Lord Saturn's energy, Lord Hanuman's energy, and may you experience busting up all those impossibilities in your life. All right. God bless you all. Namaste. See you next time.